if I could sum up my Survivor experience, it would be unfinished. I was catching my stride at too late a time. Every tribe you're with is different dynamics, and I was still practicing the craft of my own game. I would have just honed in on being more vindictive than anything else, but I didn't have an opportunity to. I was disappointed that I was like one of those automated vacuum cleaners in a four-walled room. It would just bounce off the walls and had nowhere to go. I couldn't wiggle. I couldn't get out of my game. I was stuck with who I was with. If I were to play my game differently, I would have taken out people that I trusted. You know, I trusted people's word too much, and I knew I was wary all the time, but I also went with logic versus gut. I would have went with gut more. Logic would be, in my case, keep the brains in regards to numbers together. My gut would say be a free agent, and I should have went with the free agent mentality. But it's like the Kentucky Derby. You got to figure out when your horse is going to break free, and I wasn't even on the home stretch yet. I was just pulling the corner. So I didn't want to do that just yet. I was waiting for the appropriate time, and I should have broke free earlier. The social part of the game is even if you're not extroverted, and even if you are extroverted, you have to keep reminding yourself to talk, go on walks, pulse check with everybody, figure it out. And a learning point for me is to stay in touch with everyone at all times, almost to the point where you're borderline annoying. Every interaction means something. If it's small talk, there's an underlying meaning behind it. One thing I learned is the lack of interaction speaks more volumes than the interaction. If you find that you're not speaking to someone, they're most likely out to get you. It's human nature. It's interesting. You know what? I learned that I'm on a tightrope. I could have easily taken the dark side and been the most vindictive bastard possible, or a heartwarming nice guy, and I was battling with that internally. So what I learned about myself was I'm unpredictable, more so than I'd like. You know, what Survivor is going to do to change me is, I think I'm more confident in the person that I am. I've always been confident, but I mean, the decisions I make, this is a difficult game, and it's easy to find a significant amount of regret if you mess it up, but I don't have much regret. I own my mistakes, and you know, I'm happy I'm as resilient as I thought I was. I mean, life goes on, and there'll always be regret, but I can move on and live a good life. If I could compare Survivor to being to my real life as an emergency room physician, when I work, I've got 8 to 10 patients at once, and each patient is in a different room. I always have to go in and pop my head in to see how they're doing. That's Survivor. You always have to pop your head in to see how they're doing, and if you let someone flail, it's not a good thing, and that happens. It's a sign of respect, believe it or not, to get rid of me, because I'm young, I'm athletic, I'm an intelligence, I'm a threat. If I was a goat, they'd keep me around to mess up later, but you know, they respected how good of a player I was and could have been, so they did the right thing and got rid of me earlier, which makes it difficult for a guy like me to go deep. But, you know, if there's a next time, I'd go deep. I know exactly what I'd change and what I'd modify. Every time you win a challenge, it's like half-court shot in high school basketball, swish, you get elated, you're so happy, and your happiness is 10 minutes, 20 minutes, but it's the extreme. And a high point is also, you can only respect the high points if you experience the low points. Losing a challenge, whether it's a reward or an immunity, you learn to appreciate the high points. So for me, it was any challenge we won. What would I do differently if I had the wonderful opportunity to play again? I would be more social, and I thought I was social enough. I'd be absolutely more vindictive, and I'd leave my morals and my soul at the door and go hard, and then go home. The overall Survivor experience is, it's a toil on your soul. It tests how tenacious you are. It makes you question who you are. It's the biggest adventure of your life. It's excitement more than you've ever experienced. It's the lows of lows, and it tests your worth. It's a great experience.